Somewhere in the two papers of GCSE maths there will be a fractions question, and the question will ask you to show something, which means that you must put every step of your working. You cannot just put it into the calculator. So for example, it might say show that 2 1/3 minus 1 3/5 equals 11/15. It's already told you the answer. It's asking you to fill in the middle steps. So you have to treat it as if it's non-calculator. So if we're adding or subtracting, well, when we're dealing with mixed numbers with a whole number bit and a fraction bit, the first thing we have to do is turn them into top-heavy fractions. So 1 would be 3/3, so 2 must be 6/3. So there's 6/3 here and there's an extra third here, so really I've got 7/3 in this part, which is what I've got there. 1 in terms of fifths would be 5/5, so I've got 5/5 here and an extra 3/5 here, so I've got 8/5. Then we take each fraction and we multiply top and bottom by the denominator of the other fraction. So here I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 3, here I'm multiplying top and bottom by 5. That guarantees that we're going to get a common denominator. So when I've done that, I've got 35/15 take away 24/15, which is 11/15. Same process here. So 3 would be 6 lots of a half, plus an extra half, so that's 7 halves, minus 5/5 for the 1, 6/6 for the 1, and an extra 5/6 here, so 11/6, times top and bottom by the denominator of the other fraction. So we are guaranteed a common denominator. 42/12 take away 22/12 is 20/12. 12 goes into 20 once, with 8 over, and 8/12 cancels to 2/3. Adding and subtracting works in exactly the same way. Multiplying and dividing are even easier. When you're multiplying two fractions, it's very simple, and in fact we've already done it here. It's top times top, bottom times bottom. So this gives me 10 over 24, which cancels to 5/12. Pause the video now and see if you can have a go at question 2. Well, the final answer should have been 4 1/3. Remember, we're pretending this is non-calculator. So there's 6/3 there plus an extra 2/3, that's 8/3. 8/8 plus 5/8 gives me 13/8. Now I could do some cancelling here, but if you don't spot that, we just do top times top, bottom times bottom, which gives me 104 over 24. So it's top heavy. If I work out my 24 times table over here, I can see that 24 will go into 104 4 times, with 8 left over. 8/24 cancels to 1/3. Dividing is really just as easy as multiplying. You take the second fraction, flip it upside down, and then change the divide to a times. And from here on, it's just the same as questions 1 and 2. You're just multiplying fractions, so it's top times top, bottom times bottom. If it's top heavy, turn it into a mixed number, and then cancel. So again, pause the video, have a go at the last two questions, and see how you do. And here are my two answers, and you can freeze the frame and work them through for yourself if you need to. Dividing by 6 is a little trick that is sometimes played. When we're dealing with fractions, we could write 6 as 6 over 1, and then it's exactly the same as the question above.